Hey guys, it's Ian with Vermont Dog Boarding and Behavior. I've got Timber here with me. I want you to watch this guy for a little bit. You can see how he's kind of all over the place, and I'm letting him be that way. And he's dragging a leash. I'm going to move this, adjust this a little bit so you can see the closer part of him. He is what everybody would call a high energy guy. You can see the excitement. He just has a slip lead on right now that I'm not doing anything with because I want to show you guys something. Also, this leash is down by his collar. So the first thing we're going to do is switch that. My point of this, or the point of this video, is I want you guys to see that dogs like this can become very sensitive. So right now I'm just going to bring him in a little bit. And he and I have zero relationship. This is the first time that he has dealt with me and I have dealt with him. So placement of this up high behind the ears is ideal compared to the collar that's down low on the shoulders. So right now, look, placement of the leash, look what it did. He's starting to slow down a little bit. Now I'm going to plant myself. He just felt something he hasn't felt before. A little bit of a cough because he went too hard at that. And I'm just going to take my time here. I'm just holding the leash up against me just to be an anchor. That's it right now. And we have to allow some of this residual excitement to work its way out, which is a part of what's happening right now. He wants to get back through where that blue door is because that's where we just came in. So if he doesn't move, I'm going to start moving. I just want you guys to see how this works. This is also right there. This is also how we introduce. This is no different than the video that I did last week of how we introduce a prong collar. I'm introducing a slip lead to him. So I'm going to wait for him to reach the end of the leash. He didn't. He stopped because he heard something next door. So right there, he felt it. And I'm going to walk to where he just starts to feel the leash. This is a respectful way of introducing a tool. But look what it has done to this guy. Right now, I've got eye contact. He's starting to settle a little bit. The intensity has gone away. Most people would look at a dog like this and think, high energy dog. This dog needs to run. It needs to go for miles. It needs to go on a bike ride. It needs to run next to a four-wheeler. No, that's not the case. It can be the case for some dogs, but this guy is not a high energy dog. He's in this setting. Look, I don't know what he's like at home. I haven't seen it. In this setting, right here, right now, he is not a high energy dog to me. He's trying to figure out what's going on, which is making him think. Let's see how he wants to follow. So I'm going to stop. Now I'm going to start moving. It takes very little for him now to start to follow me. Very, very little. Also, I'm not getting into the good boy, Timber, way to go. Because look what just happened. Right? That's a good boy, Timber, way to go. Yes. Look, see? See what the excitement and the intention or attention gets him? No. So what I did right there was just diminish what I'd done previously to him, which was try to bring that intensity level down. So you have to be careful what that affection does to your dog. So I just stop. I just want him to feel that. He's got to know that being in my area is more valuable to him than being somewhere else. Again, you hear the whining pick up because it's the residual of him being so wound up. So wound up. So even here, I'm going to start moving around with this guy. He's got to slow down. We got to be able to communicate to him on a much, much lower level of intensity than what we're doing. This is too much. This is too much. Who wants to live like this? Now you're starting to see, look, now you're starting to see some sensitivity here. He's not this guy that's just tail going 100 miles an hour. Not at all. Look. The only thing I've said to this guy was, when I was giving him affection, was the good boy stuff. That's it. He's getting a yawn. He's trying to work through this. I mean, look at his breathing even. So I'm going to stop here. You see how he stops in his tracks? Because he feels this. If he wanted to, good chance he might be able to overpower me and go the other way. But I don't want him to learn that. I want him to learn that when I stop, he needs to stop in this general area to start with. Got to lower this intensity down in order to talk to him. And by talking to him, I mean through the leash. I'm not talking, I'm not a command guy. So, if he's too intense on sniffing something, I got to start moving. I'm not giving him a lot either, you guys can see. I'm not throwing all this love and affection on him. That's not what's going to bring his energy level down. It's moving with him, it's challenging him in a good, positive way. I'm going to go in a little bit of a different direction now. See, this guy's starting to stay with me. You guys are seeing day one, session one with this guy as far as leash handling is concerned. So I don't want him to practice pulling on this because then he'll desensitize to it. So if he's like this, if he's straightened the leash out, I don't want him to practice that because that's how dogs end up pulling on flat collars, is that collar's on all the time, obviously for tags and whatnot. But if they get used to pulling on that, then they just keep doing it because they realize they're still going to get what they want out of it. But if we introduce a tool and tell him exactly what we want from this tool and take the time to teach him what it means, then we can start to see the sensitivity in this guy, which is a guy that just wants to hang out next to you, still breathing hard because that's going to take some time. He got himself wound up. But look at the corner. Look who's staying with me now. I haven't said anything to this guy. Look, I'm going to take an early corner here. Look. See what we can start doing with this guy? He slows down. Guess what I'm going to do? I got to keep walking until he starts coming with me. It's not up to me to stop where he wants to stop. But if I want to stop, then he needs to stop. That was not fair. He heard something as soon as I stopped. That's better. So there's sounds going on right now, the other side over here. You hear the whining. I don't know if you can hear it through the mic. Because there's activity over there. He needs to calm down. Settle in, buddy. I love helping dogs like this because people will see, look, high energy guy would still be up here. If you think of the high energy dogs like the Malinois or something like that, they can be very attentive. They can be machines. They can be the Ferrari of dogs. And there's a lot to them. And if you're providing for them, then great. That's awesome. But this isn't a high energy guy. This is a guy that's misinterpreted as high energy because he's always and all this wiggling around and everything. Look at this guy now. How long has it been? 5 minutes? 8 minutes? A little less than 9 minutes total on the video. And now we have a guy that's still listening next door, but if I start moving, probably a good chance he's coming with me without the leash having to work. So right there, he's feeling a little bit. There. Just teaching him he still has to come with me. No matter what you hear, you're better off staying here. Let's hang out together. This is what I mean. Sensitivity has been my word for the last couple of weeks. It's been resonating in my head. I don't think we truly know how sensitive our dogs are as animals because we don't take the time to get through this kind of stuff. Look, he's behind me. We don't take the time with these guys. Okay, so if I want to share affection with this guy, I can do it quietly. I'm not going to do it while he's focusing elsewhere. So I wait, or we move. See where his focus is? He's not with me. That's okay. 10 minutes. He doesn't need to be 100% zoned in on me, and he doesn't need to be staring at me either. Not at all. See, the panting is less. It's slowing down. See, the tail starts to go. See, a little bit here and there. I just want him to get used to following me. When that leash goes straight, he's learning he's got to stay with me. It makes sense for him to stay with me. So see, look, it's straight here. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to do a little bit more with my body. And if that doesn't work, we're going to change a direction. It's all. See? That's it. That's it. Now look at the difference in my affection now to where it was a few minutes ago. Now we can get into some of this massage because he's okay with touch. You guys can probably hear the breathing, but it's not anywhere near as loud as what it was. This is relaxation. This is good. Then it makes more sense for him to follow. Going to get out too far ahead, I'm just going to turn around. That's all. It's not, there's no big huge corrections. You're not seeing me go like this and then yank. No, it's disrespectful. Unless you're saving your dog's life from running out in the road, it's disrespectful. You hear a whine, part of it. He's still working his way through everything. You guys see how he's focused here? So he's not aware of me. So when I start walking, I want him to become more aware of me and understand that he needs to come with me. See, he knows he can't go over there. He's got to stay here, and that creates that dilemma in him. What do I do? He needs direction here. So I need to give him the direction. Come with me, buddy. That's all. That's all I'm saying in my head and with a leash. He just has to come with me. So you run into peaks and valleys of intensity. It's all just peaks and valleys. You just got to get through them. That's all there is to it. So take the time with your dog. Let's see how sensitive they truly are. Do the leash handling. Look, give me one session. One session with no words, no treats, no commands, no affection, no touch, just with the leash, doing something like this. And then I just want your feedback. That's all that I'm looking for. If you came back and said, Ian, it went terrible, I'm cool with that. If you came back and said, Ian, it did okay, I'm cool with that. If it went great, I'm cool with that. I'm just curious. I would love your feedback. So please put it in the comments below. I think we can help out a lot more dogs this way by seeing actually how truly sensitive they are. See? Little touch. See ya.